to Kidding Around. My name is Melanie Smith, and I am thrilled that you are here with me today for another Fun Film Friday. Today we'll be talking about the movie Because of Winn Dixie, and we'll also be doing a couple related crafts. Before we do that though, if you like what you're seeing here and want to follow along with all of Kidding Around's videos, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also below each video, click the thumbs up. Also, if you really enjoy what you're doing here, please make sure to share us with your friends. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on to Fun Film Friday and Because of Winn Dixie. Do you know this story? It's both a movie and a book, and they are both wonderful. It's up to you which order you consume them in, but I highly recommend both reading the book and watching the movie. It's about a girl named Opal who has recently moved to a small town. She finds herself very lonely and without friends. But through a weird set of circumstances, she ends up with a dog named Winn Dixie. And Winn Dixie loves to be a part of all of the action. And so through his interactions with people in the town, Opal gets to know people and she finds friends. It's a great story, one about redemption, forgiveness, and friendship. I know you will love it. In honor of Because of Winn Dixie, we are going to be doing a couple of crafts today. The first is that we are going to make Winn Dixie himself and make an origami dog. Origami is the Japanese art of paper folding into beautiful designs. This one is a fun and easy one, and what a great way to learn. To do this, you will only need a couple supplies. You will need a black marker and also a piece of origami paper. If you don't have origami paper, no worries. Go ahead and just cut down a piece of printer paper into a square and it will work just perfectly. I have a two-sided piece of origami paper here. One side is red and one side is pink because you know what? Dogs can be any color, right? Okay, so to do this, you are going to take your paper and the first thing you are going to do is fold it into a triangle. Just right one side over another, just like that. Then you're going to open it and you're going to fold it the opposite way, making another triangle, just like that. So then when you open it, you should have 4 triangles here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then you're going to take the point of your paper and fold it into the center of your paper. And you'll know it's the center of your paper because you'll be folding right into the intersection of the 2 creases that you just made. Origami requires, or is better at least, if you have very strong creases. So once you know that your fold is correct, make sure that you run over your crease with your fingers. Okay, so it should look like that at this point after you have folded all 4 points into the center of your paper. Okay, now you are going to take the triangle closest to you and you are going to open it, and then you are going to take the point of your paper and fold it right back to that first crease right there, just like that. Once you have that, you can just fold it in on itself and not worry about it for a little bit. Then you are going to rotate your paper 180 degrees, or you're just going to make it upside down. And you're going to take this triangle now that's closest to you and lift it up a little bit, and then you're going to make a crease and fold the point of the paper right back to you, just like that. You'll notice that this point of the paper has come out past the square. So you take it up like that and you fold it back, just like that. Okay, then you are going to turn it this way. So you're pointing to the right, and then you'll fold it into a rectangle with that little triangle still pointing out. Once you have it like that, make sure to run your crease. So that is what it should look like now. Now I am going to flip the paper and flip it again so that the point now is pointing to the left, just like that. Then I am going to unfold those triangles that were folded under, just like that. So this is now how it should look, just like that. Okay, now I am going to use a crease to connect these 2 points. So I am going to fold this triangle paper back, and I'm going to put my crease right into those 2 points, just like that. So this is currently how it should look. Once I've done that, then I'm going to flip this triangle back, just like that. So that is now how it should look. All right, now I'm going to flip my paper. So now this little triangle is pointing out to the right again. And now I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the other side, and I'm going to connect these 2 points with a crease. So I'm going to fold back just like that. All right. Now I'm going to flip this down, and you can see we almost have our dog. And now I'm going to pick it up off the table, and this little crease in here I am going to flip the other way. So I'm going to make it fold that way. And then there we go. Look, that looks like Winn Dixie, doesn't it? So to finish it off, I am just going to draw a little nose and a little eye on each side. There's his nose, there's his eye, and then I will flip it over and make the nose on this side and make an eye on this side, and there we go. There is Winn Dixie. All right, the second craft that we will be doing has to do with a part of the story that I haven't told you yet. So in the story, I told you that Opal meets a bunch of people and becomes friends with them. One of the people that she meets is Gloria Dump. Initially, she doesn't want anything to do with Gloria. She thinks Gloria is a witch. What happens is that Winn Dixie runs onto Gloria's property, and Opal has to follow, and she finds out that Gloria is not at all who she thought she was. Gloria Dump has a tree on her property that has a whole bunch of bottles tied to the branches. When Gloria tells Opal what those bottles represent, Opal is a little bit surprised to find out that they represent all of the mistakes that Gloria has made in her life. I think this is a very interesting visual representation of the mistakes that people make in their lives. Of course, everyone makes mistakes, right? But the important part about making a mistake is learning from it and making sure that we don't make the same mistake again. So Gloria Dump every day can look out at that tree as a reminder to say, yep, I made those mistakes, but I am not going to make them again. So we are going to make some bottles today that you can hang in your tree or in a window to remind you that yes, I make mistakes, but I don't want to make them again. So this is the bottle that we will be making, and you can see how pretty it will be as the light flows through it. To do this, you will need a few supplies. You will need some scissors, a pencil, some string, twine, yarn, something to hang the bottle by, some white glue. You will also need 2 pieces of black construction paper or cardstock, and you will need these film gels. These are actually used in theater to make the lights change colors on stage. I have a link posted below this video so that you can purchase these. They're not very expensive, but they're probably something that you don't have in your house. And then you will also need one of the templates, also below this video, of the bottle to cut out. You can choose whichever one you want, or you can make all 3. All right, let's get started. All right, so I have cut out my bottle template. This was the shape that I chose, and I'm going to lay it on my black paper, and then I am going to take my pencil and trace around the bottle shape. I'm going to trace the inside and the outside. As you notice, I did cut out the inside of my bottle template as well. Of course, you don't even have to use these templates if you don't want to. If you have a shape of a bottle that you would like to use, you would like to draw on your own, please feel free. Okay, so I've got that traced. Now I am going to, with both black pieces of paper together, cut out this bottle. If you don't want to cut out both black pieces together, that is totally fine. Go ahead and just draw it twice and then cut it twice. Sometimes it gets a little tricky to cut out 2 pieces of paper at once because they can sometimes slide. So if that's happening, go ahead and just trace one, cut one, trace one, cut one. Okay, so my bottle now is almost all cut out. And then I'm going to cut out that inside as well. And remember, I just kind of snip it, maybe. It's the two pieces of paper together that are causing some problem. So I'll just stick my scissors through there, and then I will cut out the center part as well. Remember, it does not need to be perfect, just close. If you don't hit all of those lines, that is totally fine. In fact, I am definitely not hitting all of those lines right now. Okay, so now, once you have your two black pieces of bottle paper, then you get to choose the color of gel. This is the light gel that I mentioned that they use on stage, and lots of times they come in packages of several different colors. So choose the color that you like the best, and then I am just going to lay it right on top of that inside part of the bottle and kind of get an idea of where I should cut. I want to allow myself enough room that I can glue the blue on the black, so I'm not going to trace right along, right up next to the inside of the bottle. I am just going to allow myself a little bit of room and just make a general idea, a general line of where I am going to cut. It doesn't have to be exact. You can see here I'm going to have a point. That's okay, that's not going to be seen because I am going to be gluing there. So once I have a general idea and have kind of traced out the area that I want of my light gel, I will cut it out. And then one other thing that you should know about these light gels is that they come with a plastic film on them. So once you have cut it, you can take the plastic film off and your color will be that much brighter and clearer. Looks like I am not having great luck getting that piece of plastic off. Let's see. Sometimes you kind of have to scrape out a little bit. There we go. So I pulled it off that side, and I think there's one on the other side too. So I just kind of use my nail and push down in there till it gets started. Once it gets started, then you can just pull it off, and it's just kind of static cling. All right, so now I have my plastic off, and I'm going to lay out my my gel on top of my black paper and kind of see where it's going to go. And then I'm going to put glue where the gel covered the black paper. And then I will just gently lay this down. Once I have that settled, then I'm just going to take my white glue and glue all along the black paper. And then I will cover it up with my other piece of black paper that I had just cut out. And just like that, I have a bottle to hang in a tree, or maybe because it's starting to be winter in the northern hemisphere, I will hang it in my window. You know, I might even get super creative and I might use some window paints, and I might paint a great big tree on a window and then hang several of these bottles. They obviously wouldn't be hanging from the tree specifically, but I would hang them in the window to make it look like they were hanging from the tree branches. All right, once you have this, then you can take your string or your twine or your yarn and you can cut off a piece. And then, just like it's an actual bottle, I am going to tie this around the neck of the bottle, just with a double knot, just like that, and hang it. I think this is such a great representation of the mistakes that we make and the reminders to try to not make them again. I would love to see pictures of your bottles hanging in your windows or from your actual trees. I would love to see pictures of your origami Winn Dixies as well. Please ask an adult to post pictures of those to our Facebook site. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest as well. Well, I have had a ton of fun talking to you about Opal and Winn Dixie and all of the amazing people in their town. I hope that you can't wait to go and meet them and watch the movie. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks so much for kidding around with me. I will see you next time.